So I'm just going to give you a heads up that I'm probably going to get pretty emotional on this one. I've just seen my first media screening for 2026. Yay, thank you to Searchlight Pictures and Walt Disney Pictures. It was the Will Arnett, Laura Dern film, Is This Thing On? And when I tell you that I was not prepared for that movie, I was not prepared for that movie. I love Will Arnett, I love the trailer, I love Laura Dern. It looked like, you know, the term Oscar bait, like when films, you know, go overly dramatic and do things that want to put them in that Oscar race. It looked like that. And what we got was so much more. So much more. I've only just kind of stopped crying now that I've got home, kind of composed myself. So I will try and get through this with no tears, but no promises. It's directed by Bradley Cooper, that Bradley Cooper. So the caliber of everything you know is schmick. So Will and Laura play a married couple with 2 children who at the very start of the movie decide to separate. And as the movie goes on, we find out more about their past, but also why they're so unhappy, how they got there, and how they're going to navigate their forever family because they both have kids and have their own lives and move forward. Will's character basically stumbles into a bar, doesn't want to pay a $15 cover charge, so signs himself up for the open mic night. And basically treats it as therapy, but an actor like Will Arnett can turn serious and, you know, full-on conversations into comedy, and that's exactly what happens. I don't want to tell you too much more because I don't want to spoil anything, but what we have here is an exploration of characters. Why this hit so hard for me: if you've ever been in a long-term relationship with someone, you immediately see and identify with one of the two in the couple. And the journey that they go on separately and together, with and without their children, which is something that I did love about this film. There is a time where the kids are involved, but there's also a time where they're not involved. And I loved that that was allowed to be explored. Supporting cast here, we've got Sean Hayes, who just, if you're a Smartless fan, seeing him and Will on screen together is amazing. His real life partner and husband, I shouldn't say partner, real life husband, Scotty, they're, you know, both a couple in the film, which is so great to watch. And it just added that sense of realness because there was a completion to their friend group. Bradley Cooper is also one of the characters. He's probably not in it as much. Kind of just like comes on in to be the comedic relief in a film about stand-up comedians, which is an interesting concept. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's a little too much, and then sometimes it just works perfectly. This was such a great start to the year. I was a blubbering mess by the end of this. It's so well acted. It's a beautiful story, and it's not afraid to get messy. And when you think of films like this, like A Marriage Story and things like that, you have a preconceived notion of where this kind of film could go. And every time I thought I knew something, it would throw me the other direction. And I really liked that they did that. The film doesn't focus on him all of a sudden becoming a world famous, you know, stand-up comedian. It doesn't do that at all. It allows the story to be about these characters and who they are and their journey from the start to the end of the film. It doesn't try and wrap everything up in a nice, neat bow, which some people may not like. We have Laura Dern, so you know that that performance will be banging, and it is. She is phenomenal as always, and her chemistry with Arnett, you can buy them as a real couple. When they fight, it's vicious and biting and cold and manipulative. When they love and they have, you know, some romance scenes in here, it's intense, and you can feel their love for each other just pouring into the opposite person. And it's just, I don't want to say perfect because it's not a perfect film, but it's very close to perfect. Bradley Cooper's direction, I feel like every film just gets better and better. In this, there's a shot where Will Arnett has a bit of a bad night on the stage, shall we say, and he walks down off the stage and he's walking through this hall in the comedy theatre, and it morphs into a hall in their home. And it's just such a beautiful, beautiful shot. It's such a weird thing to notice, but it just looked gorgeous. And I really take my hat off, not literally, to Bradley Cooper for finding this story, getting this ensemble together and making it work so well. It's coming out at a weird time of year. January tends to kind of be the dumping ground for films that studios are not sure are going to work or land, so they churn them all out in January and then hit us with the hits around Valentine's Day. I'm going to go out on a ledge and say this is not that film. This is a fantastic film. It, as I said, if you've been in a relationship long term, you will resonate with one, two, or potentially both of these characters. And there was just a lot of, for me, a lot of self-reflection in this movie, and a lot of seeing myself in one of the characters and kind of applying that to where I am in my life now. And it's just kind of the little kiss that I needed to start my 2026. Will Arnett is a phenomenal actor, and it is very funny. There are definitely a lot of funny comedic moments, but when he hits that dramatic part and his character becomes so broken and just unrecognizable, he delivers, and it's never underplayed. And I'm just so happy that this movie exists. I love it. It is coming out in cinemas. Please go see it in cinemas. It needs your support. So that is this thing on? I'm giving it 4 stars out of 5. You can follow me by hitting that subscribe button and the like button. This is my new home now for movies, TV, and games. If you've come on over from my main channel, hello. Yeah, that's going to be for something else that I'm not ready to announce yet. But yeah, thanks for coming along for the journey. Lethal's the new home for all of my entertainment stuff, and I'm so excited for the amazing things that are coming this year. Is this thing on? Please go out and see it. Take your partner, take your friends. You will have a good time.